Hey guys, it's MagFed Stretch here. I am in the Casa de Stretch. I did a lot of work on this last night. Still in progress, but it's coming along very nicely. The reason I'm making this video today is to do an install video for the AR100. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at this AR100 body. And we're going to do an install. Switching from our regular EMF 100 stock body here, which is, as you can see, not very stock anymore. I've definitely made some modifications to this one, but I don't think I can do much more with this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what comes with the AR100 kit. So the barrel block here, I just left this on for my convenience. It will not come with a barrel block, but this is what it comes with. This is the body here. Okay. You'll notice you've got your detent covers here. So your detents will be installed in there. These are the covers that it comes with here. And it also comes with 2 screws for that and a shim here for different hand guards, I guess, to go on here. So I didn't end up needing this, so I set it aside for now. I also didn't end up needing these because the same screws that work with the other detent cover work with this one. So we're going to set this aside for now, and we're going to take a look at the EMF 100 body. So first you're going to need your Allen key, using everything from the Planet Eclipse Allen key set here. You're going to go ahead and take out these 2 screws here that are holding the grip to the body. And once we get those out, this pops right off. This we're going to need for this installation over here. So we'll go ahead and set that aside for now. And what we're also going to need from here is we're going to need to take the detent covers off and remove the detents. So let's go ahead and do that. So take those off. I'm going to save these screws. Because I'm going to use them when we go into the AR100 body. So let's get this one off. Get the detent cover out. Put the screw there. Okay, and I'm going to stick my finger here in the breech, and I'm going to pop these out. Okay. Got that one. And the other one is a little more stubborn. There we go. Okay, now we're going to need the bolt assembly here. So we're going to unscrew that. We're going to go ahead and pull the whole thing out. And now we're done with this. So we can set this aside. We're not going to be needing it anymore. I'm going to go ahead and set this down over here. And we're going to grab our AR100 body. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install the detents. So we get those. It is pretty recessed in here, so I ended up kind of just ballparking it. And then I get the cover on there. And then I put the screw in. And it seems to get it seated in there pretty well on its own. So I didn't fuss too much with getting it seated perfect. I just got it ballpark, and then I tightened it down. And it compresses it pretty well, and it gets the detent to stick out there. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Put this here. Kind of fumble around with it a little. Okay. Make sure that looks like it's somewhat seated correctly. And then we're going to put this in. Grab our screw and tighten that down. So something I've noticed is it kind of sticks out slightly here. This is normal for me. When I put them in, the detents are in there. They're functioning correctly. They're going to hold the ball in place. But they do kind of stick out a little bit I don't think tightening them down is, you know, massively is going to make a difference. So I would just go like fairly tight, should be enough. Okay, so after that, I'm going to go ahead and attach the grip frame and the mag well to the bottom of the body. This part I actually had some issues with, and I had to talk to Simon about it. So what I ended up doing is, or what he recommended to do, was to take this out and put this in here first. He also recommended adding a little grease here to help it sit. But basically this, if you leave it in here and you put it on, sometimes it gets pinched funny, is what he was telling me. So I try not to do that. So we're gonna have this upside down. It should stay in because you've got a pin in there holding it down. And you're gonna fit the front end, and you're just gonna kind of gently press it down there. We're gonna find our screws here, which have, of course, disappeared. They're there. Okay. So we'll get that down. In one of the install or maintenance videos for Planet Eclipse, Jack Wood was saying you don't really need to snug these down. I actually got different advice from Simon when using this body. He said to make sure and snug them down pretty good. So I pretty much go as snug as I feel like is not going to start wearing down my screws and stripping them. So I don't go too crazy, but I do try to make sure that it feels good and snug. So now that we got that going, it's starting to look like a gun, like a marker here. Starting to look pretty good. So, oh, hold on there. Oh, pin. Trigger pin is sticking out a little bit. Okay. Cool. So the last thing we're going to do is put the bolt in. I added a little extra grease on the inside. You'll see my bolt looks a little greasy. It usually doesn't look like this for me. I'm very light on the grease, typically. But Planet Eclipse markers, it seems like a lot of the tech videos, they have a lot of grease on there. So, you know, your own preference there. Whatever works for you. But I added a little bit on the first time to make sure that everything slid through. It is a snugger fit in here than the stock body, so that's something to be aware of. So I get it in there, and then we're going to take our Allen key and we're going to snug it down. Make sure you push it in all the way so it's actually grabbing the threads. And nothing crazy here. Once it stops, I just let it stop. I don't crank on it. I don't think that's necessary. Cool. So now we should be pretty much good to go, but let's do something fun, and we'll put our hand guard on here. So this will slip over the barrel nut. This is an airsoft hand guard that I picked up from e-bike. Pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and snug these down. Now keep in mind, guys, if you're using airsoft hand guards, airsoft equipment, it's not always going to fit the same as maybe the more commercial real steel hand guards. So I had to kind of play with mine a little bit to find the right fit. Still playing with it. I think it's pretty good now, but definitely something you want to think about. Just be careful with the install with some of these, because if you crank this barrel nut all the way down, this actually doesn't fit very well with the body. I had to find like the right spot for the barrel nut, and that's why I didn't want to take it off when doing this video, is it took me some time to find the right sweet spot for this, for it to sit nice and snug but still also sit flat with the rails here without any spaces or anything in between. Okay, so we've got our hand guard on there. I'm not going to adjust it too much, play with it a little bit, but we'll go ahead and get our barrel in. This is just the stock barrel here. Been playing with that a little bit. We'll put our mag in here to lock the bolt, and I'm going to grab I'm going to grab a tank here. Alright, so I've got my 4500 tank here. Go ahead and screw that in. And hopefully we'll get a nice seal there. Okay? And it's sealing up great. So, thank you very much, guys, for joining me. This was the EMF install to AR100. Sorry I'm bleeding, guys. I got jammed by something. One of my stands here slipped and it slid down and just cut the heck out of me. So sorry if I'm bleeding everywhere, but you know, that's part of MagFed too in a way. Yeah, I hope this was informative. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Definitely go check this sucker out. I'm definitely having a blast messing around with it and playing with it. It shoots wonderful. It feels really nice in the hand. It's very sleek. And now I'm thinking about how to maybe doing some skeletonizing of it or customizing the body. Maybe doing some laser etched engravings. But currently, man, this thing works great. I love it. I think you should go check it out. If you want one for yourself, go ahead and go to magfedproshop.com. They got a bunch over there and they can help you out. And that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. This was MagFed Stretch with the AR100 assembly. I'll see you next time. Stretch out.